What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So coming on January 3rd will be a major change for Americans and the United States. I'm going to go over the details here for you guys in this video, as well as changes starting here for Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and major things going forward for the United States. And I'm going to give you the details here for in this video. And I'm going to let you hear from the Senate on what they want to do here going forward. A lot of people are looking forward to this, and some people are maybe not looking forward to some of these changes. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on YouTube. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes if you can. Also, let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from overseas as well. Also, happy holidays. I'm doing my next giveaway here, trivia question. So make sure to stay tuned to the end where you can win cash money directly from me. I will give you the trivia question here at the end of this video. So make sure to watch all the way to the end. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as you can see here, the election results, the Republicans have a slim majority in the Senate. This is going to be crucial here for the new year in 2025. The Republicans actually have 53 seats in the Senate, but for most votes, like 99% of votes, they will actually need 60 votes to pass things in the Senate. Okay. Here is how the Senate shaped up with, white states being Senate seats were, did not go up for re-election here. Remember, the Senate seats go up every 6 years. So, people like Mitch McConnell, who are still there, did not go up for re-election. 4 seats flipped, plus 4 seats for Republican senators. Okay. But Republicans do have in their sleeve the reconciliation card where they can pass a couple bills, budget bills. Remember, that's how the Democrats passed their stimulus check bill. And how the Trump back in, I think it was 2016, passed the Trump tax cuts. Both the Democrats, when they passed their stimulus check bill, and Trump passed his Trump tax plan, Trump tax cuts, had all sorts of other things in those bills. So they can put a slew of different things in those bills. So keep that in mind, that they can put dozens of other things in those bills. So look forward to that here in 2025. And the new Congress starts on January 3rd. I'll give you some details here, what's coming here in a second. The House of Representatives also very, very close, 220 Republicans and 215 Democrats. So this means for things to pass in the House that if only 3, I think it's 3 Republicans switch to the other side on any given matter, the Democrats can actually pass bills in the House, or the Republicans will not be able to pass bills in the House. So the Republicans need essentially every single Republican almost within 2 votes to be able to pass bills in the Senate, or I'm sorry, in the House. And Trump has said he wants a lot of his agenda to start on day 1, including things like no tax on Social Security reform, his Social Security boost, no tax on tips, immigration reform, where he says they're going to start booting everybody who's here illegally. And if you've been watching my channel, all these things that we have been covering. Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts on this. So starting on January 3rd comes in the new Congress, even before President Trump comes in. So they're going to start working on these bills. Take a listen to what Senator Tommy Tuberville has to say on the Senate floor, Senate floor.
Now, I'd like to remind you of a vote that President Joe Biden took in 1983 as a senator to tax your Social Security. That's right. Joe Biden is responsible for your Social Security money today being taxed, and it's a scam. One of the big reasons why the American people elected President Trump is to be the next president of the United States is because they are tired of being scammed by the federal government. They're tired of seeing their hard-earned money evaporate into thin air because of inflation, which is caused by the Biden and Democrats spending money that we don't have. They're tired of having their tax dollars sent to fund foreign wars where Americans' interests are really not at stake. They're tired of the federal government using taxpayer dollars to put illegal aliens up in fancy hotels instead of building a wall to secure our nation's sovereignty. What the American people have been tired of for years, decades even, is how they have been getting scammed out of their retirement money, the money that they pay into this government. Here's the sad truth. The American people don't have any confidence that they will see all the money they paid into Social Security over the years. Since being signed into law in the 1930s by President Roosevelt, Americans' money has been going in the front door of the federal government and then out the back door. It's a big Ponzi scheme, and everyone is forced to participate in it. You have no choice. It doesn't matter if you're 16 or 76. A little over 6% of your paycheck is taken out to pay for this retirement. Americans have been paying into Social Security for years, only to see a fraction of what they have been promised to be returned to them. And that's not all. After decades of having Social Security taken out of their paychecks, millions of Americans have to pay taxes on what they do get at the end of the day. That's right. The money that's owed to them, the taxpayers' own money that's been held for years by the federal government, is taxed again as if it's new income. Withdrawing money from your paycheck every week or month for Social Security is already a tax to begin with. The money taken out of your pocket and your paychecks isn't put into an account that gains interest like a mutual fund. It doesn't even gain interest like a savings account. It actually has a lower rate of interest than the rate of inflation. And that's not the worst of it. The pot your Social Security money sits in isn't left alone by the federal government. No. Your money that you pay into Social Security is being used like a debit card by the federal government. So the money you're paying into it is effectively a tax. Then what little money you do get back is taxed again. We've got people that are getting ready to retire in this country that are going to try to live off $2,000 a month after paying Social Security all their life. In this day and age, $2,000, it's impossible to live off of. Totally impossible. We'd better start figuring this problem out, because one of these days, millions of people are going to come to D.C. and say, "Where is my money?" And I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. We're $36 trillion in debt, and there's no sign of that slowing down. Let me repeat that. 36 trillion in debt. We seem to be spending all we can on everything but retired American workers. We've sent over $200 billion to Ukraine. Just yesterday, the Biden administration announced they are giving $20 billion more to Ukraine in the form of a loan. Well, that's interesting. We're never getting that money back. It's another scam. Over $400 billion in COVID relief money was wasted, misspent, or stolen. And I just saw on TV when I came down here on a news report, President Biden just gave Iran $10 billion more. The Biden administration set aside billions of dollars to build EV stations across this country, plug-ins. Up here, we toss money around like it's nothing. And then we turn around and tax Americans' Social Security checks. It's unfair for the millions of Americans who paid into Social Security to have to suffer for their government's incompetence. My two sons ask me all the time if they're ever going to see the money they paid into Social Security. At this rate, they've got a better chance of seeing World War III than ever seeing that 6% that was taken out of their paychecks since they started working. How bleak is that? That's why when President Trump says he wants to fight for Social Security to protect it and preserve the retirement age, it resonates with people. People listen because it sounds like somebody's going to help somebody. American people aren't dumb. They know there's been funny business going on at the Social Security Administration for many, many years. And that they may never see a dime of their money that they're owed. Americans aren't dumb. Every election year you hear our Democratic colleagues saying the Republicans want to cut Social Security benefits to raise the retirement age. And yet it was Joe Biden who voted to tax your Social Security check. As usual, our Democrat colleagues just keep throwing money at other programs, projects, and wars, neglecting one of the biggest problems facing our country. With President Trump coming to town, we're finally going to make sure the government is serving the people, not bleeding them dry. President Trump's going to make sure the government is accountable to all American taxpayers. At the very least, he's going to give it to you straight, not just tell you what you want to hear. The Department of Government Efficiency, or what we are calling now DOGE, will play a big role in solving this problem. Elon and Vivek will make sure the American people know exactly what is going on in Washington. There will be no secrets. The bottom line is this: we need to get bureaucrats and politicians' hands out of the mess that they made with our Social Security money. We need to make sure Americans get what they were promised. President Trump's pick to be the commissioner of the Social Security Administration is a great choice to get Social Security cleaned up. If he doesn't, we'll change him. Frank has an excellent track record as an executive in a business and finance. He's not a politician. As President Trump said, Commissioner Frank will deliver on the agency's commitment to the American people for generations to come. It's about time Washington, D.C. starts working for the people that we're supposed to represent. What a thought. Not the special interests, not for career politicians and entrenched bureaucrats, or the liberal pet projects or foreign wars that don't deserve our interest. Instead of spending money we don't have on things we don't need, let's put it back in the pockets of the Americans that are worked and paid for this. Not only is it in America's best interest to do this, it is the right thing to do.
Yeah, so you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. This is with Social Security set to run out of money in as little as 8 to 10 years. And Social Security is going to need some reform. And honestly, Congress goes by year after year and doesn't do anything. They're going to need to start stepping up and making some serious changes. All right, so with that being said, let's move on to our Christmas trivia question. If you can guess the answer correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who guessed correctly. And from there, we have a random program picker that picks 2 people per video to get $100 each. I'm a little behind. I haven't picked the winners for the last 2 videos yet. I'll probably do that here next video. I will comment to you that you're the winners, and I'll announce those here maybe in the next video here as well. Sorry, my son was sick, and then now my wife's sick, and they were both throwing up. Hopefully I don't get it as well. But yeah, we're a little behind. So happy holidays. But I will announce winners for each and every video. $100 per winner, 2 winners per video. So you got to guess the answer correctly, and then our random picker will pick 2 winners per the people out of the people who have guessed correctly. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, the trivia question for this video: what was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? If you think you know the answer, leave a comment down below. All you got to do is take a guess. What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? So leave a comment below. Make sure you're subscribed. And don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any family or friends, share this video with them so that they can get the information and they can guess as well. So we'll be doing every video I do before Christmas, we'll have a trivia question in there and 2 winners per video. So make sure to tune in every video here before Christmas, and I will keep you up to date here with everything going on a daily basis. So make sure to subscribe. You can click here to see how Trump wants to boost Social Security benefits here, or click here to see 5 new Social Security changes coming in 2025. Thanks for watching, and I'll